Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our shed. A bit more room around here now. We can walk around a couple of things. So we have a customer's Valtra in here today. The step bolts, there's one of the bolts sheared, holding on the step, which is in here. We'll get a bit of light there now that you'll be able to see more of it. But basically what happened is one of the bolts sheared, it didn't bend the bracket. That sheared off for a long time actually, but it didn't sheared off the bracket holding in the other side, and now we're in a situation where that's what holds the diesel tank in place. Really, it's not a great setup now, to tell you the truth. It's very silly, very silly. But anyway, that's what we have, and that's what we'll have to deal with. So we're going to have to get another sheared stud now, which ain't going to be too easy. I think the welder is probably the best option. Funny, the Valtras have a kind of a hollow section inside here, whatever that's about. But anyway, so we'll disconnect our battery there now, and we'll weld the washer on here, and then we'll weld a nut onto the washer, and hopefully without too much grief we should get it out. Right, so I'm not sure if this is going to be successful because I'm a bit off-centered, but maybe we'll be okay. We'll try it when it cools down. Anyway, as per usual with these kind of things, keep your earth clamp as close as possible to where you're working to avoid anything strange happening that shouldn't really happen. So it's onto the cab mount there, which is pretty much right next to where we're working. So I'll see will this rip now. I'm going to put the impact gun on it and see what happens. Right, so on attempt number 3, took me 3 attempts to get him out, but he is out now and he's red hot. I'll give you a look here. So you can see the hole is now clear, so that's great. That's a big relief. Thankfully I came out without too much difficulty, because it can go either way. It can go for you or it can go against you, but luckily that's out. That's pretty straightforward. So all that's left now is to reassemble, really. Loctite them, and I have also, which there's absolutely none on this tractor, or not this tractor, and you know, with these tractors in general, there is no spring washers. So I'm going to put on 2 spring washers, because what happened there is it loosened and it just sheared off. So that's what happened there. Right, so we have our new nuts. I'm going to thread them in, make sure they're not going in too deep or anything. I have the holes measured, it should be okay. So just check them out first and we'll go from there. Okay, so that's fitted back on now. The more I think about this, the sillier it is. For all your pressures on this, you know, the other one is doing nothing for it really. When you stand down the steps, it's levering off of this one, and that's obviously how it, or if it gets a smack, like, you know, because steps do get hit off of things. It's just a fact of life. It does happen. It is the reality. You know, you can't, it's just going to happen. It's inevitable. But I don't know why they couldn't do steps like everyone else does and put them on here or whatever. So anyway, also these bolts that they were using, there's room for about 40 mil thread. The bolts they were using were about 30 mil, and there was a good 10 mil gone out of that there, so that was a bit ridiculous as well. But anyway, I won't have to see it anymore now. Once I take this stuff out of the way, we will lift the diesel tank into place and hopefully get the steps on. The bottom step also took a bit of a whack, so I'm going to try and straighten that now as best I can. What I'm going to do is heat both sides, then I'm going to hit it, and hopefully it'll line up, which these 2 bars should be straight in line with these bolts. So we'll get it back as best we can. I'll try driving out some of this. I don't know how successful that's going to be, but we'll attempt it anyway, and might make it a bit safer for getting on and off, because your first 2 steps coming down out of the cab are in a dead straight line, and then this one is over to the side slightly. So just make it a bit safer for them. If I can straighten this, hopefully I'll get it. And how I'm going to do that is we're going to heat them. Heat makes all these things so much easier. You get this red hot, and then it's easily hittable. So I need to do that now, and what you use for that is oxygen and propane. Some people use acetylene, but propane is cheaper, and I think there is reasons for using acetylene. It's probably better for cutting, I imagine, but propane does just fine as well. I'm hopeless at cutting with gas. Some people are brilliant at it, but I'm hopeless, so I don't go near it at all. It's something though I would like to learn how to do properly. So what you basically do is you turn on your two taps, and then you control your flow through these two. May as well show it there now. So if your propane through your red, turn him on, turn your oxygen on ever so slightly, and then you need a trigger, which I'm going to use the map gas there for. Now I can't do this with one hand, so I'm going to put down the camera. Now, as you can see, that's lit now. I'm going to cut back on my... This is second nature to me, but if I was to tell you what to do, I wouldn't quite know. And I'm trying to do it with my thumb here, so it's not quite easy. No, that's the wrong thing. I'm giving it more oxygen there, but you see the way my flame is a certain amount away from my nozzle. I need to get that back. And how we do that is cut back on my propane. Now, there we go. So I can increase oxygen now, and then increase propane, and we have a nice hot flame. Hear the crack there now? That means my nozzle isn't far away from needing to be changed. So I'm going to keep heating this here, get it cherry hot, red hot, and then we'll hit it a smack, and it should start getting everything back into line. Okay, so our step is back on now. Our tank is obviously back in as well. Our bottom step. Look, I didn't spend a desperate amount of time at it. They're just a John Deere step. They can get one of them and I'll weld it on for them, no bother if they want to. But I just said, like, that was totally driven in here. There was that much gone off of the step, and it was totally twisted over one way. So I heated it a bit. I didn't spend too much time with it. There's no point wasting, clocking up hours of that kind of stuff. But just a little bit of a help. I just was concerned a small bit that it was a slight bit dangerous. So sorted that. Now I just have to lift the tank to get the bolts up, and I'll probably just stick a jack in underneath that and get it up. So yeah, we'll resume there again in a minute. There's a couple of bits and pieces in under the tank have to be done there, so we'll catch them now as well in the bit of footage. And that's about that. Just stick back on the back wheel. So all I'll pretty much do with this is sometimes they can go for you and sometimes they can go against you. And just roll it up against it if your studs don't line up. Sometimes I'll be able to turn them with a bar. Often what I do is keep the wheel out on the bottom, shove in the top, get one of the studs to line up. Then when you jack it, it'll flip the wheel around. But this isn't too bad. This wheel is light. Usually dealing with 650 48s, but this is only an 18.4 38, so this should be a pretty simple wheel to stick on. So I'll go about that there now, and once we get it on, I'll put the camera back a bit there maybe actually, and you'll be able to see me sticking on the wheel. Might be a good idea. And that is how you do it. That one went pretty easy, to be fair. So all there's left to do now is squeeze up the studs, and that's it. Right, that's that sorted. She's done and dusted. Just need to throw a drop of diesel back into it because I did drain the tank. But yeah, they're ready for feeding again. They bought this tractor new actually. This was their first Valtra. I think they're massive before this. As far as I can remember, but yeah, it hasn't given much problems. They're probably I'd say they're probably a very good tractor to stay going, but anytime in my experience there's anything needs to be done to them, it's a pain. It's an absolute pain. They're not simple yokes to do anything to, but like that, maybe it's not very regular you have to do anything to them. So if you run Valtra or you have any experience with Valtra, let us know in the comments. Hit me up in the comments there. Let me know your experience with them. Maybe you own them, maybe you run them, maybe you get on very great with them. Obviously, they have a brilliant engine. So yeah, let me know what you think of Valtra tractors and how they're performing on your farms or on your contracting outfits or anything like that. So that's pretty much it for me. It's getting pretty cold now, so I'm gonna pack it up for this Saturday evening. I'm gonna put all this footage together, and thank you very much for watching. If it's your first time watching the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Give the videos a big thumbs up. We love them, the big thumbs up. They help, they boost it. More people watch it then. More people to watch it, the more subscribers we get, and it helps the channel flow. Basically what you do dictates how well the channel goes. So the longer you watch the videos, the more people watch them, the more the channel is put out there, or yeah, the videos and the channel is put out there by YouTube. It's recommended on the homepage the whole time to different people that haven't seen it before, and the more people we get in touch with. So bigger community all around in. So yeah, to the near 7,000 of you that are subscribers, thank you very, very much. It's much appreciated, and I love reading your comments and your feedback in the comments. So yeah, that's it from me. And next week, I know there's a couple of more farmers machines I need to get onto, but yeah, we'll maybe get into some of our own machines and do a bit of work to them. I'm not sure. I'll make a plan tomorrow. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.